Red Monday. Definitely a red Monday today. Holy cow, it's deep reds. Holy cow, it's deep reds. This is what we need. The redder it gets, the better that bull cycle is going to be, without a doubt. Without a doubt. This is why we don't overinvest. This is why we like just chipping away. We always have ammunition, and we're throwing some ammo into some deep reds today, without a doubt. Without a doubt, man. You got cryptos that are down 80+% on the year that are top tier cryptos. Cryptos like Rose, cryptos like DAG, cryptos like Wormhole, the W token. Wormhole just got tapped by Ripple for RLUSD interoperability. Let's freaking go. We know that securitized connection is coming through. Once again, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community, and I'm so grateful to the best community jumping on in. What's up, El Prey? Good to see you. Moon Feather Rising, Phoenix Rising. Let's go. Happy Moon Day. Without a doubt, Moon Feather. Shout out to you. RPM in the house. Silver Days in the house. Let's go, guys. Appreciate everybody hitting the likes on the way in. Helps shine light into our shadow band. We've been doing this for 8 years and yet only have 5,000 subscribers. Every 2 subscribers that I get, they -3, right? They just always make it a really tough climb for us to get out of this, for the light to shine through to the channel. But hey, we're going to give them no choice. We're going to be trying to stream daily, especially during these deep red times when people need it the most, or I think, the community probably needs it the most. Right? More bullish than ever. Everybody's crying. Everybody overinvested. Not the Blue Foundation. Not the Blue Foundation. We got cheap roses available. We got penny roses. 10 billion supply, 80% down on the year. We got penny XX network at 1 billion supply. You guys see why we like to diversify a little bit? You guys see why we like to throw some chip away at some deep reds? Just chipping away little by little. This is why we don't overinvest. Yeah, delicious deep reds on payday. I certainly hope so, man. Oh, you got paid today? Congratulations. I get paid on Friday, man. I'm hoping that these stay. I'm chipping away. I threw some. I threw about $15 in today. Chose 47-cent Tezos. Chose some EGLD, man. EGLD is at around $6.73. Getting whole numbers of a 27 million supply, I don't mind that. Of a digital asset that can provide decentralized recovery, I don't mind that. Right? Going to be chipping away a little bit later today on some XX network at around a penny. They don't want to take it down to 009. They took XX network to 009 one time, and it got bought up. It got bought up. So they're just like, you know what? Let's just keep it. Let's just keep it at a penny forever. They're doing what they do with Dragon Chain too, right? They don't want to take Dragon Chain too far under a penny. They know there's people buying at around those ranges, right? We got 11 cent AXL. Dude, XPX, man, over the summer was at 0001 Soldier of Judah. So it was at 0001. It's not doing too bad at 0004. I don't mind accumulating some more at 0004. Whole numbers of a 9 billion supply to see if this thing is the true powerhouse that it's meant to be. Right? Don't have to have much. Coffee money will go a long way because everybody is literally sleeping on that digital asset. Everybody is too afraid to touch that digital asset. Everybody is too afraid to even look into that digital asset. Right? So our $5 getting us thousands of a 9 billion supply. So be it. So be it. And people want to be paying what? If it goes to pennies, people want to be paying, a little bit more to get thousands of this CBDC tech sprint winner. Then so be it. People want more proof in the price. Then so be it. We're going to be accumulating while it's cheap. We're going to be accumulating in the deep reds. Right? Once again, I don't have to overinvest with any of these digital assets ever. Right? I just chip away with what I can afford to lose. Everybody else wants to go all in. Everybody else wants to have that FOMO mentality. Everyone else wants to have that degen mentality of like, oh man, it could turn around anytime now. Right? Sure it could. Sure it could turn around tomorrow. It could go up as fast as it went down, But I ain't freaking over investing ever. I am only chipping away with what I can afford to lose, what I'm cool with losing. I'm skipping my coffees. I haven't had coffee for almost a freaking, I had a little coffee spill over in the summer there. I started drinking some coffees again, but dang, man, as we started getting in these reds, I was like, screw the coffees, dude. I'm back, I've been living a minimalist lifestyle for many years now at this point. Okay. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, I got to move, guys. My bad. All right. Of course, I find the worst parking spot here. Try to get a shady parking spot, and I end up getting a freaking worst show, best community. How hilarious. All right. Got kicked out of my parking spot. Sorry about that, guys. How silly. How silly. Worst show, best community. Might have to get some AXL tonight. Dude, AXL, what is it? 2 billion supply or something? Or 1.1 billion supply at 11 cents? Unbelievable, right? Guys, we're able to get some of the ones they don't want you in. They are selling you out of big time. They're taking them into the 80% ranges, 50+% ranges, right? They are making some big time retracements on some of these digital assets, without a doubt. They don't want you in it. They want to make sure before we go into this bull cycle that there's very little amount of people that are going to be able to make big gains off this next speculative bull cycle, because they want a majority to be chasing the pumps. They want a majority to be chasing the bull cycle pumps. That's what they're trying to get. So then when they pop the crypto bubble, everybody gets wrecked. Nobody takes any profits. Nobody makes money, right? That's what they want. They want you to overinvest. They want you to panic sell, right? Kmart blue light special in the DA in digital assets today. Without a doubt, Obi. Without a doubt, that's what we're here for, man. That's what we're here for. The deep reds. More bullish than ever. More bullish than ever. The redder they make it, the better it is for the Blue Foundation. They don't know what to do when it comes to the Blue Foundation. They don't know what to do. The algorithm, the YouTube algorithm doesn't know what to do when it comes to the Blue Foundation. They're like, you know what? The best we can do is just limit the views to about 200 to 300 views on average per video. And the best we can do is try to limit it to about 30 likes per video. That's it. It's the same 30 people who are hitting the likes. It's always the same. Dude, and it's probably not even 30 people. It's like multiple people who have multiple YouTube accounts who just love this channel and are supporting me because they know the Blue Foundation deserves it. Shout out to you guys, man. We're going to give them no choice, man. We are going to break out without a doubt. They have no choice in the freaking matter. You know, if YouTube's not going to help us, the Blue Foundation will, and we're going to freaking make it without a doubt. Without a doubt. 16 viewers, 8 likes on a deep red Monday, man. The rest of the crypto space is crying while the Blue Foundation is strategizing, trying to find the deepest of the deep reds. The deepest red today is Rose. Rose is our deepest red. The blue Rose, man, at a penny. 10 billion supply. Private compute, right? Private compute. Private smart contracts, inherently private smart contracts, focused on AI and privacy from day one. Now everybody is talking about privacy. Now Stellar is talking about privacy more than ever, right? Stellar introducing privacy into its blockchain, right? Fantastic. That just goes to show freaking Blue Rose was ahead of the game. That just goes to show XMR. I mean, unfortunately, XMR is not going to do well with regulators. Blue Rose can. Blue Rose is enterprise friendly. Blue Rose can provide a centralized recovery to enterprises, right? Blue Dragon focused on quantum resistance, right? And privacy. XX Network, the only one that meshes your metadata, right? That totally shreds the metadata. Good luck, hackers, right? 1 penny, 1 billion supply. More bullish than ever, dude. The more they take it into the red, the less they don't know how to deal with the Blue Foundation, man. They don't know what to do with us. They take it down, we buy. They take it up, we find another deep red around them to chip away and buy, right? We never overinvest. They keep thinking we're going to try to panic sell our freaking bags. That's only for over investors. That's only for people who are like, no, well, it can't go down any further than this. It can't go down anymore. I mean, look at the charts, right? They love to look at the charts, right? Once again, the market is absolutely pennies. They could take it to new lows if they desire, right? They could take these cryptos that have had historical lows that are freaking powerhouses and take them to newer lows if they so desire. It's a market that is pennies. It is still young. They can still decide newer lows, newer highs. They can do whatever they want in this Wild West speculative cycle that we are in. Right? That's what's going on. That's what's going on. What's up, Brandon? Good to see you. My 9-year-old German Shepherd got all sick on me and took him to the vet. Had to drop some G's on him for surgery. Oh, man. Sorry about that, man. Crazy how life works. I got settlement money coming in, and it covers the surgery. Hey, man. Blessings to you and your pet, man. I got a dog who's up there in age as well, and I'm just grateful that they've even been alive up to this point. That is for sure. Weekly low is my bet. There we go, RPM. Hey, if you're going for it, that's awesome, man. I'm excited for this weekend. Let's see what happens up to this weekend. If we're going to get this red on Monday, we got the 12 days of Christmas, right? What is it? 11 days. Oh no, now we got 10 more days till Christmas. Fantastic. We got X amount of days till Christmas. Are we going to have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year? They got to give us a relief rally, right? They got to do it. Now people are just so confident in shorting the market. Right? There's people making money today who continued shorting the market. They're not going to want to continue that, right? They're not going to want people to do that. They're going to have to liquidate those shorts, right? There's a lot of people who are entering shorts today going, ooh, I'm going to make so much money. The market is just going to keep going down. I figured it out, right? And then bam, they give you a nice relief rally. They make people start thinking, oh my God, bull cycle has begun, right? Liquidate those longs, right? People are so reactionary, dude. People are so reactionary. Like, watch. If it goes up this weekend, people are going to say the bottom was in. That was the official bottom earlier this week, right? Could be. Could be. We'll see how it goes. Interesting enough, though, there's a lot of parallels to what's gone on in 2020 with what's going on now, right? We had the death of a celebrity just yesterday. Market tanks a little bit as we get closer, right? Post the death of that celebrity, if you guys don't know about Rob Reiner and his wife just passing away. A lot of things lined up for the 19th. It's going to, dude, I mean, we got Coinbase doing their update on the 17th, right? Coinbase doing their update on the 17th. That's just a couple of days away. Of course, the market goes bearish. The market goes bearish around that time. A lot of things lined up for the 19th. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. They're going to liquidate shorts. That's what they're going to do. They're going to freaking pump it, man. They got to liquidate the shorts. Too many people confident in now the market just continuing to go down. 4 million per songbird. Geez, FPS 420. That would be crazy, man. You know how much the supply is. What is the supply of songbird? Like 50 billion, 19 billion, something like that. Songbird's at 002. 002 deep red. FLR is at a penny, right? What a tremendous opportunity. Dude, if they take FLR, I don't think they want to take FLR to 009. I think it has that type of XX network effect where if they took it to 009, they don't know what they're doing. There's going to be people buying that up big time, right? 100 billion supply though, so they could do it, right? XX network's 1 billion supply, so they definitely don't know what they're doing in terms of that. I mean, ultimate privacy crypto, the only blockchain, right? Blockchain is the anchor, you guys. Without blockchain, you can't do all this fun stuff on top of it, like Quant, HBAR, BlockV. We love these freaking cryptos. We love them, right? They're going to enhance blockchains. Blockchains do need these things, but they need blockchains, right? Blockchains can still work with or without those things. They won't work as effectively. It won't be the best, version of the Web3, right? Because without those other layers on top of it. But blockchain is solving what? The settlement problem, the cross-border payments problem. That's the most important problem to be solving right now. Everybody else is trying to find, hey, solve this problem with blockchain, solve that problem with blockchain. Decentralized storage, I think, is definitely an essential problem that needs to be solved. The centralized storage problem needs to be solved. We need decentralized storage. So Filecoin and Akash, going to be working in tandem right there. Filecoin with decentralized cloud storage, Akash with decentralized cloud compute, right? And then you got a Siocoin, people sleeping on Siocoin and the double zeros. Those are like the three powerhouse, in my opinion. I know people like Flux and Edge Network, and they're probably going to do great. XPX is definitely one to consider. XPX is the only one that is considered and available and adaptable to fog computing, which is the next level above cloud, decentralized cloud storage, right? So you got Filecoin, Siocoin, AKT, XPX, Edge Network, and Flux. I mean, those are like, and StoreX. You only got 7. If you were only investing in the decentralized cloud storage, digital assets, there's only 7 of them. I mean, one of them is going to hit, and it's most likely going to be Filecoin because, we're starting to see the Greg Kidd vision becoming clearer and clearer and clearer. Of course, XRP now on Solana. I mean, if you guys didn't see this coming, I talked about this on Coffee Time years ago, right? When I was talking about Solana, nobody wanted to believe, right? I always look like the crazy guy, right? I always look like the crazy guy when I'm talking about these digital assets. Was talking about Solana at around $1, at around $10, at around $15. FTX collapse when it went to $, right? SEC lawsuit on XRP when it went to 10 cents, celebrating the first day of that SEC lawsuit. No freaking bad vibes whatsoever, right? Celebrating, Hedera at 2 cents forever. That Greg Kidd portfolio, he has Filecoin. Brad Garlinghouse, angel investor in Filecoin as well. The Greg Kidd connection between Brad Garlinghouse and Greg Kidd. He was the chief risk officer at Ripple. Now, Greg Kidd, who was invested in Solana, right, helped us find Solana to begin with, right? He didn't directly help me. Oh, look, now XRP and Solana. What did I say on Coffee Time, and on these channels, right? On our streams. There's most likely a collaboration going on between Ripple and Solana. Hell, they already collaborated on a carbon trust initiative with Regen Network, right? Solana and Ripple working together for carbon credits, right? Hippo Boy, no, I mean, we're not saying we're experts here. We're not saying we're experts, man. I'm just saying I'm following freaking Greg Kidd. I'm following, dude, if Chris Larson is saying fiat is going to be stronger, I am not going to deny a guy who has backdoor access, right? Everybody wants to deny, when you hear these big names like freaking Klaus Schwab saying you're going to own nothing and be happy, right? When they're talking, I'm freaking listening. Everybody else wants to overthink it and say like, oh no, but they really mean this. When Christine Lagarde says we're talking about a lot more than other than just Bitcoin, right? There's more important things than Bitcoins out there, right? Definitely listening. I am not going to disregard what they're saying. Everybody else wants to disregard it and overthink it and think they're smarter than them. It's all good, right? When Greg Kidd is invested in around $1, probably even before then, right? When he's invested in HBAR, probably before it was 2 cents. When he's invested in Ripple, early investor in XRP, believed the vision, right? We're starting to see how all those cryptos fill in certain layers. Invested in HBAR, Hashgraph, Filecoin, XRP, the Mask network, which is still yet to pop off, right? Mask is a high-end privacy, Web3 privacy platform, right? That's probably going to be playing some, it's a blue crypto as well with the little one eye symbolism. It has a wink, right? That's going to probably be playing a factor sometime soon. This guy does not miss. He is a puppet master. He is one of the ones who is orchestrating our Web3 world, right? So he knows where it's going to hit, right? He got in on X, right? He got in on Twitter. He was Jack Dorsey's freaking roommate. This guy is one of the men in black, right? He's one of the ones who is orchestrating everything in this freaking space, right? What else is he into? Not only mobile coin, MOB, right? MOB coin. That one is still yet to really hit big, but we'll see. But he hit big on Solana, HBAR, and XRP. Those three are looking like major powerhouses right now. Solana is going to freaking go bonkers in the year of the sun. Solana has not stopped making gains here, you guys. This is not the end of Solana, right? So Solana is going to be doing fantastic things in 2026. It has only built more and more since its last bull cycle. And when it went, dude, It was based off speculation and speculation alone. It was 15 freaking dollars and went straight up to 260 or 250 bucks, right? Massive run up. I remember that weekend, how exciting that freaking weekend was. Massive green candles. People forget what the green candles look like in a bull cycle, right? So Filecoin's going to take care of the decentralized cloud storage. HBAR with governance, right? You got Cody Network dealing with privacy. You got Mask Network dealing with privacy, right? You got a lot of other, platforms that he's been invested. Track, Origin Trail Track. He's obsessed with Track right now. TRAC. If he's obsessed with Track, I'm obsessed with Track. I don't care, right? I said the same type of thing. If he's into Solana, I'm into Solana. If he's into XRP, I'm into XRP. If he's into HBAR, I'm into HBAR, right? I'm going to follow what dude, he's made his Hard Yaka portfolio no longer public because I think they know that this freaking channel was just following that portfolio to a freaking T now. But he still shows his hand by showing interest in Track and Origin Trail, right? Hell, he was one of the builders for Uphold, right? So anyways, guys, Deep Red Mondays, we're investing in X's, our Power 6 X's, XRP, XPX, XLM, XDC, XTZ, and XX network. That's our Power 6 X combo right there. And then the DREC Alliance, HBAR, Algorand. Algorand's at 11 cents right now, you guys. HBAR's at 11 cents right now, right? Loving accumulating that. I mean, yes, HBAR looked better at 2 cents, but dude, I won't fight over 10 cent Algorand with an ETF now out for this digital asset. Unbelievable, right? So HBAR, Algorand, ADA, XRP, right? The Blue Rose is part of it. The DREC Alliance. DAG is at a penny, y'all. DAG is at a penny with what? A couple of billion supply? Another penny gem. 3 penny gems. Rose, DAG, and XX network. Right? Shout out to AM Wood. What's up, dude? Guess you're just going to have to rewind, my man. We went through on a little streak here, without a doubt. Shout out to everybody. Much love to everyone here. What else do we got? Hashpack is at 007. 1 billion supply. Guys, appreciate the algorithm not working in our favor today. They know we're bringing the fire on a Monday. We got 28 viewers and only 12 likes. That's how the algorithm works. That's how it keeps us shadow banned. That's how it keeps us not seeing the light. But we're going to give them no freaking choice. That's what we're going to do. We're going to give them absolutely no choice but to recognize what we're doing. Right? How much weight does U.S. crypto add to UG? I think U.S. crypto is interesting, Mozerps. I think it does add some weight to it. I think, let's say, Rose is a USA, HBAR is USA, XRP is USA, Algorand is USA, SHX is USA, XLM is USA, XPX has a USA presence, right? So that's big. What else? XX Network has USA, Tezos is USA. So I would say, yeah, being USA does carry some weight to me, right? Because you just never know how the freaking T-Dog is going to do. That's actually a very smart strategy, G, because I'm going to be taxing the hell out of all the gains for overseas cryptos. So if you're making gains of your overseas cryptos, like, I don't know, like what's an overseas crypto to you? I mean, Trump coin, I know, is not an overseas crypto. I'm just going to be taxing any crypto that is not native to the U.S. We want to encourage U.S. innovation, and this is the way we're going to do it. So if you're making filthy gains of cryptos like Jasmy from overseas that don't have a U.S. presence, if you're making crypto gains of, things like, things like Polkadot, right? Or things like, things that are outside of the U.S. I'm sorry, G, we're going to be taxing that very heavily, right? You're going to probably lose all your money from the taxes, right? The tariffs on crypto. Get ready for my tariffs on crypto, right? Oh, man, DJT, you're getting me scared. Now I'm just going to go all USA all the time. We will see a lot more red to come. I certainly hope so, Mr. Wolf, but they're going to, liquidate some of the shorts. People are getting too confident in the deep reds right now. People are getting too confident that it's going to continue to get redder, right? We're almost at the most extreme point of extreme fear. We're not at the highest point yet. So I do agree with you. There is more red to come, but I think for now we are getting some Reds, they're going to give us a little bit of a relief rally. They have to show you some hope. They have to liquidate the shorts. There's a lot of people who are confident in putting in short positions right now, thinking that it's going to get redder, right? So if that is the sentiment, if the sentiment is now starting to go, oh, it's going to get redder, it's just going to keep getting worse, they're going to liquidate the shorts, get people going in longs. The longs will start to make money, and then what will they do? Like you said, bam, black swan event of some sort happens, right? Once again, I was talking about the parallels with 2020 here. Going into 2026, we have a major celebrity death already. I mean, I wouldn't, I mean, dude, Rob Reiner has more of an effect on all of our lives. This guy has produced a lot of the big movies that people have come across and seen, been an actor in a lot of them, right? So you have a celebrity death incident happening with him and his wife. Let's see what ends up happening in the weeks to come, months to come, right? Probably another black swan on the way, without a doubt. I'm not disagreeing with you, Mr. Wolf. I'm just saying, what's it called? In the short term, I think they're going to try to liquidate some shorts, right? Because people are getting too confident about it just getting redder and redder, right? That's why we just like chipping away. That's why we're just throwing coffee money at a time. In case it does get redder, we always have ammunition, right? Even if there's a steep drop, would it be short? Oh yeah, if they do a massive like red candle towards the downside, let's say a black swan event red candle towards the downside, that's when you could start, like I personally think, that's when we could start feeling confident that the bottom is in, right? Short-term relief, long-term pain, 2026 will be painful, Q1 into Q3. I could see that, Mr. Wolf, because it's going to be the year of the sun. A lot of truths are going to come out. You're going to be getting a lot of, global, type of possible catastrophes, right? We've been talking about the environment, us having to get back into a eco-friendly mindset, climate change type of stuff, right? So that event is going to probably happen in 2026. That's going to spur, right? The black swan event, the red that happens, the peak of red in 2026, and then rising on up towards the end of 2026, and then next thing you know, the next black swan happens. Cyber event of 2027 in the year of judgment. Then we go into regulations, right? We're going to have regulations on the internet. We're going to have regulations on digital assets. David Sachs himself has said, I expect in the next 2 years to have regulatory clarity. People are saying, oh, I think it's going to happen sooner. I think regulatory clarity is going to happen much sooner. I think regulatory clarity is going to happen in 2026. Yes, maybe for crypto, maybe, but we still need regulations across the internet. The traditional financial system is going to get compromised. This year, 2026, is going to reveal all the truths about how archaic this traditional financial system is. Yen carry trade will lead the way. There we go. Right? I mean, dude, we're going to have a peg to gold, possibly. Gold is going to be booming in 2026, the year of the sun logo, the traditional sun logo of the circle with the dot. That's also emblem for gold. So gold is going to be doing some pretty good things in the year of the sun, especially if there's chaos, like you're saying. If there's going to be a lot of pain, right? Gold is going to probably be doing really well. And of course it's going to be, because they know they're going to be pushing this thing to really, dude, gold is going to go to some high prices, right? And they're going to be going into a gold-backed digital financial system. How do you get XPX? I got all the other ones, but I can't find that one. The only way you can get it is through PancakeSwap, man. They literally make you jump through hoops to get it. So what I do is I purchase Solana on Coinbase. I send it over to PancakeSwap, right? And then I swap it for some of the big star. Right, that's how we do it, and then we keep it in our base wallet, or we send it over to from our base wallet to the Sirius MX wallet, and of course we send a little amount first to make sure it works, and then we send larger amounts. Right, got to make sure it works always. Never want to make that mistake. Right, can't tell you how many times I made that mistake, just going, oh, it's going to go through, and I send a large amount and then lose a large amount of money. Right, ain't happening. Right. Ain't doing it again. You could swap on Decent. Okay, there you go, Bradley. If you got a Decent normie, you could swap it on Decent. There you go. Mo Zerp's in the house. What's up, dude? Shout out to everybody here. Much love to all the guys. All the ladies, too, who are watching, if there are any. Appreciate the 30 people watching. That's going to probably be our max for this stream. Algorithm doesn't like us whatsoever, right? Shout out to everybody here. Much love. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful morning. But guys, deep reds aplenty. We are more bullish than ever. We are continuing to be bullish. Accumulating blue bricks. 007 SHX right now. 007 could go to 005. Could go to 004. Right? Being prepared. It's not going to go back to triple zeros again. They won't dare to give people that opportunity again. Right? They know what the blue foundation will do if they took it down to triple zeros again. So they won't dare. But they'll take it pretty close. They'll take it pretty close. Right? It'll be low-end triple zeros, most likely if this red continues, and especially if a big event is coming. We'll probably see 004 as its lowest, in my opinion. Blue Dragons at a penny may go sub a penny. Right? Dude, this is 433 million supply. Right? What are they doing? They don't know what they're freaking doing, man. They're making it so easy to get whole numbers of the Blue Dragons, of XX Network, of freaking Hashpack, right? These cryptos that are less than a billion supply, they're making a penny or less. They don't know what they're freaking doing. Avalanche is at $12, right? With a 500 million supply. ICP is at $2.97 right now, right? With millions of supply. Those two, Avalanche and ICP, could be the next movements, the next Solanas, right? Solana is going to be doing fantastic. Dude, Solana is not really even experiencing a bear cycle. If you were getting in at $1 or $15 or around then, right? This isn't even a bear cycle for Solana, dude. Going down to 126 or something like that. Dude, they could take it down to 50 or 80 and it still wouldn't be that big of a bear cycle for it, man, in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, whatever you want to do. AM Wood, that's also a good way of going about it. Could use some more powder. No. Okay, D Curry. Is it Serious Chain? Is it Serious Chain? There's two different types of XPXs, D Curry. There's two different types of XPXs. Guys, if you guys can share the Serious Chain logo in the chats, I would appreciate. Okay. I'm just making sure. So if it's on Uniswap, that's awesome. I've only seen because remember, there's two different types of ones. There's like a purpley looking one, right? The one that we like is this one, the one with the logo, that bloopity bloop just dropped right there, right? That's the type of one that we're going for, right? Or, the traditional Proxima X logo, right? The old school one, right? I just get it through PancakeSwap. Either way, PancakeSwap, somebody says Uniswap here. I don't see Uniswap trade volume for it on Live Coin Watch. I only see the PancakeSwap. But yeah, D Curry, there's two different types of XPXs, right? And one of them is to be a distraction, right? It's one of these like little DeFi type of ones, right? We're talking about Serious Chain, right? That's the one we want to be getting, right? So hopefully we got our hands on the right one, D Curry. We need a HBAR logo, and it makes sense that they would make another one, right? To just distract people out of, there's heavy distractions on this one. They definitely do not want you to own this one, right? They keep it hidden and low in the deep reds for a reason. They did it with SHX, right? They did it with SHX. They make you think that nothing's going on. It's at triple zeros. Next thing you know, not your preferred partner for the ISO 20022 experience within a couple of years, right? It was triple zeros. And then all of a sudden, not your preferred partner of the ISO 20022 experience a couple of years later. That's how, I know a couple of years is a long time for a lot of these instant gratification degen, crypto degens out here. But damn, that's a pretty fast evolution for the Blue Castle, without a doubt. And now they're freaking, talking about privacy. They're talking about, Japan. They talk more about SHX now than they ever did before, right? Things can change like that in the crypto space. Things can change like that for specific cryptos, right? They keep it quiet because of NDAs, right? You make deals. Hell, you're the first stable coin of choice, right? Stronghold USD for the IBM WorldWire. IBM chose you as their first stable coin of choice because Sean Bennett is the stable coin genius. He's the stable coin wizard. It wasn't Circle that they chose. They didn't choose Circle USDC. They didn't choose Circle USDC. They chose Stronghold Stronghold stablecoin, right? Gotta love it. Stronghold USD. We haven't heard about Stronghold USD in a good bit, right? What's going on with that? Interested to see what's going to go down. Remember Interledger Protocol when they had Coil? They allowed for payments towards Uphold. This is why we knew Uphold was going to list SHX, because they allowed payments to be received in Stronghold USD, right? Through the Coil, right? I chose XRP because I wanted to keep getting drops, right? That was an option there. Just imagine where we'll be in 10 years with no limitation. Dude, exactly. Right? People don't have the patience, though. There's people who are 60 years old, 70 possibly, right? 50 years old, and they want to see it now, man. They want to see the changes now. Unfortunately, guys, if you're around that age, hey, even for me, I'm an old head at this point, right? I'm trying to accept the new changes. I'm trying to accept the new developments. I'm trying to accept the growth of AI, right? It's just going to be the way of things. There are children today that are growing up glued to their phones, glued to Roblox and the metaverse, glued to, from day one, talking with AI, right? Just got to accept it. I got to just accept it, right? This stuff, these digital assets are not built for us, guys. It's built for that generation, the generation that has no clue of what the world was like pre-internet, right? That's what they're building it for. SHX back to James Bond 007, without a doubt. AM Wood in the house, good to see you. So digital assets are built for a world that's not even in here yet. The premier ones, the infrastructure ones, the application layer ones. You want to talk about, hell, there's layers to it, right? Settlement is the most important layer. Without this one, nothing else is going to be relevant. So you need to have the blockchain settlement layer. That's where XRP and XLM are going to be reigning supreme. XDC with trade finance, right? Then you got your what's it called? You got your privacy layers. I mean, we have our layers videos. I can't really recall all the layers right here, but there's 9 or 10 pivotal layers. Right? Interoperability layer is definitely one of them. So QNT, AXL, Wormhole, W, right? The IBC ecosystem, Cosmos ecosystem. Dude, Atom is at $2. AKT is under $1. Osmosis Zone is under 10 cents. It's a beautiful time to be in the digital asset space. If you're a newcomer to this and you're somewhat newcomers are usually not bullish about digital assets when they're in the red. But if you are new to the space and you just joined like last month or like a week ago, damn, you are in at the best freaking time right now, right? When the sentiment is at its lowest, when the extreme fear is building, lucky to be you, right? Even though you're going to most likely just buy Bitcoin, it's all good. I get it. I get the newcomer mentality, right? Guys, sun's shining on me really bad. Here, let me just take off my sweater. Sweating it up in here. All right. All right. But yeah, micropayments aren't even freaking here yet. Coil was definitely just a test for micropayments to see how micropayments would work on websites, on YouTube sites, on a bunch of creative sites, right? PF, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Appreciate you. They already had a product called Coil. I'm sure most of you all don't even know what it is or remember it, but there was something called Coil where I was able to enable my YouTube channel with Coil, and those other Coil users were able to send me micropayments of XRP, drops of XRP, right? That was a test. Coil was out of test to show and prove to their clients that we can do payments to websites. We could do payments to bloggers. We can do payments to social media websites. We could do payments to YouTube, right? Or video streaming websites, right? They already effectively have showcased Interledger Protocol's, intention and, use case, right? Now Interledger Protocol is 10 years in, dude. celebrating the 10 years of Interledger Protocol. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend it, right? On Interledger Protocol's YouTube channel, celebrating 10 years of ILP. ILP is going to be massive, guys. This thing is going to change, is going to bring the monetization era, the micropayments era to our place. And you know who's the #1 settlement asset that is best suited for ILP? XRP. But gee, isn't ILP currency agnostic? Yes, you can use whatever form of value and send it across ILP. But the settlement asset, the one that's going to make that instantaneous and make it micropayments, it has to be a digital asset of some sort. Sure, you could trusted connections to settle on Bitcoin if you want to wait minutes or hours for your transaction to go through, to get bridged. Or you can use the standard specifically built for ILP digital asset, XRP, that is 100% uptime, efficient, finality, micropayments. You can send very little fractions of it. You can send drops, right, of it very quickly. What's up, Constipate? Good to see you, man. The markets are scary today. It's making me feel like I put all my money in a giant Ponzi scam scene. I mean, dude, hey, you're a gray coming into this chat. And I mean, hey, you might have come across us, you know, in a lucky way, man, because this is the type of mentality we're trying to avoid. I'm sorry that you overinvested. I'm sorry that you did, right? Every day I talk about this and stream daily talking about we do not overinvest. We chip away with what we can afford to lose. Right, Blue Foundation? Is that what we talk about? We talk about this to avoid these type of comments, to avoid the Blue Foundation saying this type of stuff, to avoid ourselves from saying this. Oh, the markets are scary. To us, the markets look beautiful, my man. The markets look so ripe with green, with red. We are tigers pouncing on the reds, on the deep opportunities. If you're panic selling, unfortunately, we're buying, my man. Sorry that you overinvested, bro. Sorry you overinvested in a highly speculative market that is anti-fiat mostly, right? We're trying to find the utility digital assets. We're trying to find the ones that are going to make fiat stronger, that are going to be, is it possible that XRP dips to 50 cents? Possibly. Are we going to be crying? No, we ain't going to be crying. We ain't going to be losing it, right? We chip away little by little by little by little. Right? Sorry that you overinvested, my man. Sorry that you chased pumps. It seems like you might have chased pumps, right? You weren't here celebrating with us at 10 cent XRP when the SEC sued, right? Or else you wouldn't even care about 50 cents, man. If you were buying XRP at $3 and you're worried about 50 cents, I'm sorry to hear it, man. You put all of your savings into XRP, my gosh, man. Dude, man, you're in a tough spot. You're in a tough spot, my dude. You're in a tough spot. We talk about never putting more than we can afford to lose, ever, right? We talk about chipping away little by little. We got time. We're trying to avoid this FOMO mentality. We're trying to avoid this, I have to get into it now. I have to throw in as much. This is the bottom. It has to be the bottom, right? No, it doesn't have to be the bottom. This is a penny. This market is pennies compared to the trillions upon trillions that'll be in it, right? But right now, they could do whatever they want. They could take it to newer lows if they decide, right? It's all in their freaking hands. It's always been in their hands. This is their technology that they're introducing to us. They can do whatever they freaking want with it, man. They can do whatever they want with this market, and that's why we don't overinvest. They don't know how to deal with the Blue Foundation, and we just keep stacking up blue bricks daily, chipping away little by little, getting whole numbers that we're never going to sell. They are never going to sell us out of our blue chip cryptos. They may sell us out of our rewards, right? They may sell us out of our freaking rewards, but they don't know how to deal with the Blue Foundation that is just chipping away little by little. They want people like you, Constipate. You know, I'm just using you as an example. Much love to you, man, and good vibes and good times. But they want people that FOMO. They want people that overinvest because you're very likely to panic sell, right? You're very likely to just cut your losses and try to buy in when it's cheaper, right? They love people like that. They love people that ride the emotional roller coaster, not the ones who are just even keel, chipping away with their freaking ninja swords, waiting in the high grass as tigers and pouncing on deep reds. They don't like that. They don't like it at all, man. That 125 liquidation candle tells me that it probably won't be much lower than it is right now. Otherwise, why would they do that? I mean, normally, dude, I'm not going to try to, you know, I'm not looking at the charts, brother. I'm not looking at the charts. It's not about the charts. It's about the stars and what they decide and what they're lining up in the particular events that they want to line up. They could do whatever they want with this market. They could do nonsensical stuff. Once again, the market is pennies compared to the stock market. The market is pennies. This is a new era. They can do whatever they want, man. They can completely reset it. They will reset it. 90% cryptos are going to go away before they flip the switch into a gold-backed financial system that reestablishes the trust in fiat, the trust in the value layer that is going to liquidate 90% of cryptos that are anti-fiat, trying to be currency replacements, that are trying to just be scammers, right? That are just scamming you out of your money, no intentional scale whatsoever. The ones that are against fiat will be affected the most by this new financial system. The ones that are accelerating use of fiat, fixing the plumbing, the oiling, the greasing of the system, the utility, the infrastructure, those will be the ones that stick around, and will be there after the storm. I'm scraping up the cash I can anticipate this dip. VIAINTI building 100 million supply 007. I mean, dude, yeah, that looks good for coffee money right there, Tony Bags. Definitely not. I like that supply price ratio. I mean, I know you're very excited about it, my dude. So Blue Foundation, if Tony Bags, he's a blue crew. He's got a blue wrench, man. Our coffee money could possibly go a long way here, having whole numbers of VIAINTI. Shout out to you. It just seems like a lot of hassle for them to do that when they could just have waited a few months. That's all I'm saying. I mean, dude, I'm not going to try to think of what their plan is and their logic is. All I know is they want to shake out most people. They want as little amount of people in this space as possible before they send it into a bull. They want the 90% of people to chase the green candles and the pumps. They want very little people at this point when it's going down and it's sideways. They want as little amount. Right? So they'll do whatever tricks they need to do in the bag. But you know how we defeat that? It's by chipping away, right? Just chipping away little by little, $5, $10, $20 a day, $20 a week, $100 a week, whatever your guys is, what I can afford to lose type of thing, right? That's how we win. That's how we win, because then they don't affect us emotionally, right? We don't get caught up in the sauce. We get confident that we own whole numbers of SHX, whole numbers of XRP, whole numbers of XLM, whole numbers of XDC, right? Whole numbers of XX Network, whole numbers of XPX, whole numbers of Tezos, whole numbers of HBAR, whole numbers of Algorand, whole numbers of ADA, right? They will do whatever they can to shake out the FOMO mentality people, the ones who just keep buying these dips in large amounts, right? Dude, it was a big dip last month. Now it's even bigger. Right? The people who are buying those dips, showing off their X accounts, going, look at the thousands upon thousands of dollars I put into this digital asset. Those people are freaking growing gray hairs right now. They're seeing their thousands turn into $500. They're seeing their $500 turn into 250. Right? They're losing it. They don't know what to do. And they're possibly selling at a loss, going, hey, if it's going to go this bad, I'll buy in, instead of making my 250, $100, I'm going to wait till, I'm going to cash it out here at 250 and then, try to get most of my crypto back at lower prices. What's up, Bullish Choices? Good to see you, ZBCN. Yeah, doing payrolls, right? Application layer type of digital asset right there, ZBCN. Jack Claver said XRP would moon by end of the year and starting to think he's an insider. Maybe it does, Jake. I mean, maybe it does, Jake Claver. I don't care about talking heads personally, Constipate. I don't listen to talking heads. I mean, I know myself, I am a talking head, right? I wouldn't even listen to me. Once again, I say at the beginning of every stream, I am not a financial advisor. I am not a pro trader. I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community, and we got the best community in here without a doubt. I don't care about talking heads, man. I just care about what's going on in the stars. From here on out, I just care what's going on in the deep reds, which cryptos are the deepest reds. Those are the only charts I care about, is seeing the numbers on the daily, the hourly, the 7-day, the 30-day, the 90-day, the yearly, and how red it is across the board. That's all I care about. I try to see which one's the reddest out of the ones that I've been mentioning, right? The reddest one right now is Blue Rose. 89% down. Blue Rose. D-Rec Alliance Crypto, right? A penny, 10 billion supply. Inherently private smart contracts. We keep hearing about how important privacy is, right? Can provide decentralized recovery to enterprises, private compute, private smart contracts. Oasis, right? Oasis for men, right? From our deep dives subliminal video on Saturday and just a little bit yesterday, right? Not sleeping on it. My $5 is going to go a long way on a crypto that's 89% down. It's got to dig itself out of that 89% hole and then go past its all-time high and then some. My $5 is going to turn into $500, right? I don't care. It's going to be amazing. JD in the house. ZBCN. Yeah, man, I like ZBCN was at 000s. I'm not accumulating any more ZBCN. I got it at 000s. Ain't chasing it, right? Ain't chasing any more pumps, right? I don't do it. It pumped from 000s, and I'm going to ride the wave up. Just going to ride the wave with the ZBCN. Love all the bullishness that is going on. But, ZBCN is an application on top of those layer ones, right? I love XRP, love XLM. I'm focusing on the X's. I keep saying this, and I'll keep saying it again. I'm focusing on the Power 6 X's and the Decentralized Recovery Alliance. All right, you guys? I got a 0009 Normie Woo. Nice, man. Nice, yeah. ZB09. We care what's going on, and what's going on with Atlas 3 AI, without a doubt. Here, guys, I got to move my car again. Please understand, apologize. Worst show, best community. I'll be right back. Gotta love LA on a Monday, man. It's so busy around here. It's hilarious. Trying to just find a nice shady spot to park at, and now the sun is freaking killing me. All right, give me 1 second, you guys. We're gonna find a nice little spot here. Let's see if we can park here at Casa, at this house. Oh my God, this is not even enough shade. What's happening? Appreciate everybody here. Much love to y'all. Hopefully my phone don't. Why is it so hot out here? Why is it so hot out here? It's freaking ridiculous. Okay, I think I might have found a spot. Give me a sec. Alrighty. There we go. All right. Shout out to everybody here. Yeah, Rolls Royce, I wish. How do I verify a contract call? Velo is a gem. Yeah, Velo is not a USA crypto, unfortunately, but, Velo wants to keep saying it's the Ripple of Asia. I do like Jed Michaela being an advisor, but, being an advisor ain't the end-all, be-all of everything. Sometimes you can be an advisor and still that project. I'm more bullish on SHX and XLM in the XLM ecosystem. I think Velo is going to make some filthy gains. I just been only accumulating Velo with my Dogstar rewards, with XStar, right? Or with some of my faux rewards, right? I'm not accumulating Velo with any of my quality blue chips or swapping my quality blue chips for Velo. I'm not throwing my fiat at it. Velo is very interesting. I'm not saying, I'm not all like I'm just not like the most bullish over it. I do like that it's in the multiple zeros range. I do like that it does things during the bull cycle and it makes a very bullish momentum. So I think we could definitely make some money off of it, but I'm more focused on X's, right? The Power 6 X's and the Decentralized Recovery Alliance. That's enough for me for right now. I got enough deep reds over the summer. I am just focusing on the X's. Apply XSP on the 3 floor. Yeah, I mean, dude, XSP is a 000 crypto without a doubt, right? XSP and the XDC ecosystem. I mean, yeah, if you like those XDC, or, hell, if Velo is in the XLM ecosystem. XLM ecosystem is going to get a ton of money coming through it, so Velo is going to be making some filthy gains, right? They definitely want to shake out people from Stellar and Sorbonne without a doubt, because of the year of the sun coming, without a doubt. Exactly, right? Why is it so hot in LA? Because the year of the sun. Southern California, December, been hot and foggy mornings. Yeah, it's weird, Brandon. It's freaking weird. I don't know what you're trying to do here. I need to get out of LA, man. I've been trying to get out of LA forever. It's been freaking possible because I just throw my money into digital assets and live a minimalist lifestyle. Can't afford it right now. What do you think of AI cryptos like Render, Tau, Turbo? Just kidding about Turbo. Yeah, I figured so. Render and Tau, I do like both of them. They got interesting use cases. Render is a USA crypto. Tau, top tier AI decentralized compute platform. Could be really good for agents in the future. Yep, apply, plugin, also super low float right there, without a doubt. XYO, the OG D-Pin project at 005. That one's not really experiencing a bear cycle either. XYO was in triple zeros. 005 is actually pretty bullish and strong for that digital asset. And it's an X crypto from the USA. Right? OG D-Pin crypto, that's an X. Shout out to everybody here. Guys, appreciate y'all. We may do a second stream today, so we're going to end it off here because, my phone's overheating and, we keep having to move parking spots. But once again, what a wonderful deep red morning just here for the bullishness, for the excitement. We are bullish when everything is red, when people are crying, when people have overinvested, not the blue foundation. We are freaking ninjas chipping away little by freaking little. If you guys want to see the list of deep reds today that we posted up on our X is at G_DLT1. Once again, the X profile is at the @ G_DLT1, right? Appreciate y'all. We posted up our deep reds list there. If we do a second stream today, we will be definitely talking about more deep reds with y'all and more, bullishness in the deep reds without a doubt. This is the time to be bullish because when it turns green, people are going to be FOMOing and going, oh, should I buy this? It still has juice left. It still has this, all these excuses, right? No, we'll be celebrating with all of y'all. Move to Salt Lake, G. I know, probably going to have to, El Prey. How do you determine the next year is the year of the sun? I know you mentioned it's part of the 22. Okay, we'll end it off here. The next year is the year of the sun because just astrologically lines up as well. There's a lot of astrologists talking about the year of the sun, right? There's the 22 major arcana. Why I choose the 22 major arcana as the year of the sun because it lines up so perfectly. In 2007, that was our full year. 2008, Bitcoin gets created. That's the year of the magician, the year of new tools being utilized, right? Going up till 2018, a new currency had been rising, right? Honestly, David, just check out our video from yesterday, man. Just check out our video from yesterday or the day before. We talked about why we think 2026 is the year of the sun and how we correlated in parallel with 22 major arcana. So it's in yesterday's video if you want to check that out and replay it. We talk about why 2026 in particular is the year of the sun, and 2027 is the year of judgment, and 2028 is the year of the world, which is the last major arcana card in the 22 major arcana. And how convenient, in 2028, it's the World Olympics, right? It's going to be all about the world. It's going to be about an eco-friendly mindset about our planet, saving planet Earth, caring about our planet, limiting waste, right? We haven't gotten in that eco-friendly mindset for a good while, and it's coming. It's going to be coming back stronger than ever. You're going to value your water, the things that you own. You're going to value highly. Hard assets are going to be more valuable than ever, you guys, as we go into this digital realm. They're going to be more and more important to us and more expensive and more valuable. You're going to need tokens, right? Like they say in Severance, I need tokens. I need tokens to eat, right? We are going to be valuing our hard assets more than ever. Food, water, waste, air quality, all that stuff is going to become becoming a light, and it begins in the year of the sun, the year of truth. A lot of truths to be revealed in 2026. But if you guys want more of that type of deep dive, we did that last night, right? Whole coiner tokens. Let's go. Let's go, 50 Cent. We did that just last night on our last video. So I recommend checking that out if you want to see how the 22 major arcana line up. A lot of stuff there as well for you guys to dig into. So checking out our video last night, we called it It's a Game, right? Check out the It's a Game video if you want the lineup of how the 22 major arcana play up to now, right? And a lot of people are like, oh man, no esoteric connections. Just tell me about the facts, G. Who's actually using these blockchains? Who's actually, I mean, we tell you even then. We tell you even then, right? The 4 finalists here. Here's a little preview, right? Who were the 4 finalists to building effective, robust means to issue, distribute, and transfer CBDCs? There was no other tech sprint like this one that had dedicated companies that have blockchains with dedicated tokens talking about CBDCs, issuance, distribution, and transfer, right? CBDCs are going to be gold-backed, man. It's going to be a gold-backed financial system. Who can issue, distribute, and transfer the most effectively? These digital assets were the finalists. XPX, XDC, XRP, and XLM. I mean, hey, if you don't want to listen to the BIS and G20 and the Bank of Indonesia and the People's Bank of China and the Bank of England, the Bank of France, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, that's all good. I'm going to listen to them. I'll listen to them. If they think these are the best 4 digital assets that can do so, that ended up being finalists, I want them in my portfolio. I'm not going to overinvest in these, right? Because hell, they're trying so hard to FUD us out that even having $5 to $10 in these things is going to be life-changing, dude. $20 in these things that I'll never sell, right? $100 in these things that I'll never sell, ever, right? They're never going to get it back from me. Sorry about it, right? If it's going to be X money on an X platform, it's going to be X Rails. Shout out to everybody here. Much love to the Blue Foundation. One more for y'all. It's going to be X freaking Rails, right? It's going to be an X, a golden X, flying high. Much love to y'all. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. Once again, if you guys want more of that esoteric stuff, we did it in the past 2 streams. Last night in the It's a Game stream, and then our Saturday stream the day before. We go over a lot of the esoteric, breaking down the new avatar, Fire and Ash, the Phoenix Rising, the Blue Syrians with golden eyes, the X with the sun behind it, right? We go over all of that in that previous stream. All right, so I recommend checking it out. Much love to all of y'all, guys. Thanks so much for dealing, dealing with the worst show here. But you guys are definitely the best community. Much love to all of y'all. Thank you. Oh, by the way, in the description below, Ember app, if you guys want to sign up using our referral code, you get passive Satoshis for mining BTC through your phone. We also have our Coinbase ID. We also have our Ethereum address there if you guys want to donate. Once again, we do this for free. It's basically just my personal vlog here. So any donations are greatly appreciated. Any likes are greatly appreciated. Any viewers are greatly appreciated. Members, subscribers, always grateful, guys. Once again, we've been doing this for 8+ years. We're going into year 9 of our streaming journey, year 10 of our crypto journey. So much love to all of y'all. Year of the Sun is coming up. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you, Blue Foundation. Thank you, Green Giants. And thank you, Deep Red Alliance. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. We got the golden eyes, and we keep it crypto. I'll see you guys in the sun. Much love. Adios.